Dittman Shorts has been changing the game for Nebraska wide receiver recruiting. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the top Nebraska wide receiver prospects in the 2026 class, a bunch of very high 4-stars who look like they might be on the verge of committing to the Big Red. So I'm going to go over all of these guys, who they are, what they bring to the table, their interest in Nebraska, and everything else you need to know. So really quick, this is going to be a jam-packed video going over all of the wide receiver prospects. Hit that like button if you're fired up. And also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you support what I'm doing here, daily Husker football content all off season long, it takes 2 seconds and it really helps me out. Please hit that subscribe button. Once again, helps me out so much. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it, going over the top Nebraska wide receiver targets in the 2026 recruiting class, because man, oh man, there are some good ones. Let's get things started with arguably the number one target coming out of Florida. This is Jabari Brady out of Pompano Beach. He is 6'2", 210 pounds. You watch Jabari Brady on film. The first thing that you see, incredible hands. He uses his height very well. He has great burst, good speed off the line of scrimmage. Honestly, very, very good route running for his age. But overall, man, I just love his hands. He kind of reminds me of Cortez Mills, who is also a Florida boy. Just can go up and get any ball. It doesn't matter if there's 2, 3 defenders on him. He's going to go up and get it. Now, Jabari Brady, as you guys already know, every single offer you can imagine: Ohio State, Florida, Miami, Oklahoma are the teams that really are leading the pack right now. But Nebraska has been catching up very quickly. He visited Nebraska at the end of February, and he was so impressed with the team, with the coaching staff, and most importantly, with Dittman Shorts, that he announced he will be coming on an official visit this summer. So Jabari Brady, man, like where Nebraska stands, I think right now we're in that top 3. Would really heavily watch out for Florida and Ohio State here. But like Nebraska's odds, do not count out Dittman Shorts here. I think Nebraska might land him. So watch out for Jabari Brady. This is the guy they've made it very clear is the number one target on their board at the wide receiver spot. Let's go to another big, tall wide receiver threat out of Georgia this time, Carrollton. This is Ryan Mosley, a legit 6'4", big body receiver. I compare him a lot to Calvin Johnson. And man, you just throw the ball up to him and he gonna take it and get you a touchdown, man. But Ryan Mosley, we can talk about his height all day, and his hands, as you'd imagine, they're very good. But he is also incredibly athletic. Sometimes these bigger receivers, they're stiff and they can't make plays after the catch. They're not very speedy. I was really impressed with Ryan Mosley's speed. Like that dude, he got some wheels on him. Again, phenomenal route running. He plays at one of the best high schools in America at Carrollton, so he plays some really, really good talent too. So Ryan Mosley, just a big body guy, can go up and get jump balls. Love him as a player. He fits this Dana Holgorsen offense. And we have lacked, this big physical receiver in the past. We just haven't had that. This is a guy who not only is big, but he's fast. He has a great frame, great athletic upside, and I see NFL written all over him. So, again, Nebraska has made it very clear that they are after him very hard. He also visited Nebraska at the end of February, was very impressed, and he also will be visiting this summer on June 20th, which is going to be Nebraska's premier weekend. So watch out for the Huskers here. Again, South Carolina obviously is in this process. You see the crystal ball. I wouldn't actually say they're the favorite. I think Georgia's the favorite here. You also got Texas A&M, and then you got USC, I believe, as well, going after Ryan Mosley. But those are pretty much his top 5. I'd say Nebraska right now is that third school alongside South Carolina and Georgia. I do like our odds as this gets longer, though, because, again, Dittman Shorts, man, we're just going to work, building our relationship like where we stand here as of right now. Then let's get to a couple new names that Nebraska's pursued recently. Nayland Scott has announced that he will be visiting Nebraska this summer. This is another 4-star wide receiver, also from Georgia. Now, this is a speedy guy, man. Again, great acceleration, great burst. I think he's probably the best route runner out of the 3 so far. He also has a great frame element. Again, he's 6'2". You like his weight. You like the offer list. I mean, there's Arizona State, which right now they are the favorite in his recruiting process. You got Florida. You got Georgia. You got Kentucky, Miami, Michigan. Every single offer you can imagine. They're going after Nayland Scott, but again, he's already said that Dittman Shorts has impressed him throughout his time with Nebraska so far, and again, he sees how he can fit in this offense. But again, you just see a common theme with all these guys. Great speed, great height. They're aggressive, they're athletic, but more importantly, they're also very physical. And that's what we've lacked. We lack guys who can be physical, up to contact. Guys who can block. Nayland Scott absolutely can block. I like where he stands with the Huskers, and he will be visiting this summer as well. Then let's talk about another name that nobody's really talking about, but Nebraska has a really good shot to land, this time coming out of Texas. This is Jaden Warren, another name that the second Dikel Shorts got to Nebraska, he offered him. So Jaden Warren, Dikel Shorts was offering him back at Kentucky. When he got to Nebraska, he said, hey, I need this guy in Lincoln. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. Another guy who has a great frame on him, but really good speed, great acceleration. He has not officially set a date to come on a visit this summer, but I expect him to this June. So Jaden Warren, very high on our board. I like him as a slot receiver. I actually like him in the slot, kind of that big body slot guy, just because, again, he's quick on his feet, man. He has good hands, very good route running, intermediate. And just overall, man, a guy who I could absolutely see fit this offense. So just another big name, big-time wide receiver here. Who's another 4-star. Got some good offers. I mean, you got Alabama in there. You got Alabama. You got Houston. You got Miami, Colorado. He's picked up a lot of offers recently, but Nebraska really impressed him. He will be visiting this summer. I would pen that down. And then two other guys I want to talk about. You know, I have my eyes out for a guy like Cohen Brown, who Nebraska at one point, they were the favorite to land him. He's coming out of Texas as well. He's 5'11", 175, incredibly fast, probably the fastest out of all the guys we've mentioned so far. The thing about Cohen Brown is I think Nebraska slid off in this recruiting process. I don't think they want him as bad as they used to with Dikel Shorts. Now, when Garrett McGuire was here, he was a big point of emphasis, Cohen Brown was. So I'd still watch out for this name. I'm sure Nebraska might still be interested a little bit, but this is a speedster guy. You could see him kind of play all over the field. And then also, I kind of want to have a conversation about Davion Bonwell-Whitty, who is Nebraska's wide receiver commit coming out of South Dakota. I think it's a very important summer for him because, once again, he was not recruited by neither Dana Holgorsen or Dikel Shorts. There might be, talk in that room where they look over the Davion Bonwell-Whitty film and they say, hey, this guy just doesn't fit our new offense. We got to cut ties. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but Davion Bonwell-Whitty, again, he has some decent offers in there, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Oklahoma most notably. Who says that Dikel Shorts, is in love with this game? I don't know. So it's going to be important for him to continue to develop. He did not play his junior season because he was injured, so that doesn't help him. But I'd watch out for this situation. Really would, because, I never want to, predict guys decommitting, but I just don't know how much Nebraska has built the relationship up with him and Dikel Shorts. I don't know. Again, I'm just speculating. That's all. I don't have any info there. I'm just speculating there. Would watch out for that. So those are the top 5 guys I think Nebraska's going after here. You got Jabari Brady. You got Ryan Mosley, Nayland Scott, our friend Jaden Warren out of Texas, and then Cohen Brown, who Nebraska, at one point they were the favorite to land him. I don't know if that's the way anymore, but wanted to mention him. So those are the guys that Nebraska really, really wants badly. I think they'll land at least 2 of those guys. If I were to make my predictions right now, I think Nayland Scott's going to be one of them. And I think Jabari Brady is going to be the other. We have all summer to talk about it, though. So let me know your thoughts down below, introducing you to all of these guys. Let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far in the video, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Rhule. See you in the next one.